Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited to film this video for you guys because I think it will really, hopefully help you guys out. So today's video is all about my personal wedding tips. So being one of the first of my entire group of friends to be getting married, there is a lot that I learned that I didn't otherwise know. So I thought this would be a good video to film to show you guys some personal things that I think are very helpful that helped me along the way. And maybe you guys can take something away from that if you're getting married or in the future when you do. So if you guys are interested to see my top wedding tips, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first tip that I want to share with you guys is plan early. So I got engaged December, well pretty much December, it was like November 30th, 2017. And I pretty much started planning right away. So the only time this won't really apply to you is if you know that you aren't going to be getting married for like a few years for money purposes, saving up and all of that. But we kind of knew that we wanted to get married like relatively soon. So kind of the same thing that goes with planning early is finding your venue. So something that blew my mind was that I figured, you know what, getting engaged at the end of 2017, I'd like to get married in 2018, but near the end, because I knew I wanted like a fall or winter wedding. Luckily, I had reached out to venues within 2 weeks of getting engaged. So in December, we started already looking at venues of where we wanted to get married. And I learned that venues book insanely quickly and very like in advance. So basically what I mean is 2 of the places that I had reached out to told me that they did not have availability until May 2020. So this is December 2017 and they were not available till spring 2020. So instantly that scared the crap out of me and I thought, oh my god, I guess we are going to be getting married in 2 years. So obviously not the case. That was the case with 2 venues. However, if I would have wanted a summer wedding, that basically was not even an option, at least not for the following year. I knew, of course, you need notice, and maybe some places you can get much sooner, but with any of the venues we looked at or contacted, I think I contacted in total 8, maybe 9. Only 3 of them were available within 2018, and they did not have dates until, I think one of them did have some dates end of October, but those were Fridays. That's what it was. They had dates in October, but they were Fridays. They had a few dates in November, also Fridays or Sundays, which nothing wrong with a Friday wedding. I don't want to say that there's a problem with a Sunday wedding, but my friends and family like to drink, so Sunday wedding, not the best option for my guests anyways. I will say though, a lot of the times venues on Fridays and Sundays are cheaper, so keep that in mind. But we were like, you know what, we really would like a Saturday wedding. Only led us to beginning of December, which our venue that we ended up booking had the 1 weekend left, December 1st, or the Saturday before Christmas, which was the last thing I wanted to do because holiday season gets really busy and really inconvenient for a lot of our guests. So just keep that in mind that if you plan on getting married within the next year of your engagement, you really need to start looking right away. Plan early, and that way you get your venue, but then you can still take your time. It takes away a lot of the last minute stresses, and I really recommend planning early. Tip number 2 is, I guess, more advice and more of just to kind of let you guys know as opposed to a tip. But do not expect that when you are trying on your wedding dress, you will be trying on a dress in your size. I never thought about this at all, so I was very surprised that when I went to all of my different bridal stores to try on dresses, I was trying on dresses that were, so I'm a size, the dress I ordered is a size 2. Almost every dress I tried on was a size 12, 14, or 16. So the reason for this is you're trying on sample dresses. So it makes sense for stores to order in dresses that are going to fit the average or like most people, in the sense that if you are one of those larger sizes, you will be able to fit it. You can most likely put it on. You may not be able to do it up, but you can put it on and get an idea. And if you're a smaller person, these dresses are obviously hanging off of me, but then they have clips that they clip you in so that it does fit you nicely, so that you do get an idea of what it would look like on you. So keep that in mind, because I did find it a little bit hard when I was first trying on dresses to envision what it was actually going to look like. So keep in mind that depending on the style of dress that you were trying on, it may be hard to get kind of that feel. Because of the style dress that I was looking at, standing there with a bunch of clips, even though they had it clipped fitted to me, I felt very grandma-y. So I do recommend, if the store you're going to has larger dresses and you need to be clipped in, ask your assistant or the person working at the boutique if you want it clipped in a different way. Don't feel free to ask them, because this is a huge decision. You're spending a lot of money on a dress, and you want to make sure you get the vision. You want to make sure you're not standing there going, I think it's okay, but you're not sure. Ask them to clip it. They're more than happy to help you. Of course, they want to make the sale, but their job is to also help you. So don't be shy, but yes, expect to not be able to try on dresses that are in your actual size. Oh, hi, Kai. Hi, pretty. What's going on? The next tip I'm going to give you about your wedding dresses could not be more important, and I am so glad that I did this. When you find your dress, you're going to be excited. You're going to maybe be emotional. You're going to want to go, oh my God, this is it, and everyone's going to clap and be happy. I strongly suggest, if you know or you think you know this is your dress, tell the boutique that you're at, I think this may be the one, but I want to think about it. Get the name of the dress, the designer. Go home and call around. I tried my dress on at Kleinfeld's just because I wanted the whole experience. Found that, yeah, this is my dress. Found out the price of it, told her I needed to, actually I told them that I had another appointment, which I didn't, at another store, so I wanted to wait. I called 3 other places. One was the same price. One was $300 cheaper. One was $700 cheaper. So I went with the $700 cheaper one. Also, keep in mind the price of alterations. Kleinfeld's told me they had a flat rate of $1,000 for alterations. So even if I needed just to hem up the bottom, $1,000. That's insane. My store so far, I've paid $100. So please, I understand your excitement. Shop around for pricing. It can literally save you thousands of dollars. It's insane. Another tip I can give you is when you're ordering things such as invitations, there's a lot of websites out there. There's Shutterfly, Vistaprint, there's so many more. Keep an eye out for sales. So look on these sites often, but keep an eye out for sales. So for example, our save the dates, we ordered months before we needed them because I actually got them on a day where Vistaprint was 60% off. All of my save the dates, I ordered 100, which was stupid because I needed like half that amount. But all of them cost me, I think it was $22, and that included the envelopes. I ordered extra little stickers, like labels with our address and stuff on them, $21. For our invites, we also ordered them when they had a day where it was 50% off. So I highly suggest look on these websites well before you need anything. That way you can keep an eye out for these sales because it really can save you a lot of money. A lot of these little details, invitations, save the dates, anything like that that you plan on doing, it does cost money, and it's money that you don't think about, especially depending on how detailed and fancy you want to get with your invitations. So keep an eye out and purchase early because you're going to need them regardless. So even if you get them months in advance, it doesn't really matter, and you're going to be saving yourself potentially hundreds of dollars. So the next thing I want to share with you guys is a website that I used for planning my wedding that was so easy and so helpful. I had never heard of this before. Obviously, I wouldn't have needed to, but it's the website called The Knot. I can link it down below. And what this is basically an online wedding planning website, but it is so easy. It helps you make your guest list. It has a checklist for you about things that you wouldn't think about in order of when you should be doing them, and they actually break it down based on when your wedding date is, when you sign up on the website. It breaks it down by like dates, by when you should have things accomplished. It also allows you to create your own wedding website, which I thought this was really cool because basically it made it very easy for our guests. We are not doing a little return card with our invites. We literally have our invites with the date, our website, and on our website is how they RSVP. On the website is where the map is. It tells that our guests where close accommodations are, like a hotel if they need to stay overnight. It tells them information about the menu. It tells them information about parking. It is the easiest way without having to mail a packet to every single guest to get everyone on the same page. I mean, it's 2018. Everyone knows how to go online. It's very simple to do. I just feel like it makes the whole process easier. And it's pretty fun to create your own website. There's a zillion themes. You get to pick the style you want. I just thought this website is amazing. It is so helpful. So I really recommend using a website like the Knot or one similar to help kind of guide you through the entire process. Another kind of tip that I have is actually something that my future sister-in-law gave to me just to kind of help me keep things organized in a very like cute way. So I actually have it here. She got me, I guess it's kind of like a keepsake box. So you can see these at like Michael's, craft stores. It's basically, I don't know how much you can see. It's a pretty large box. It's like a thick cardboard magnet material. And in here I have, oh my gosh, so much stuff. So I have all of my cards for my bridal shower that I want to keep, but I also have important information. So for example, I have all the paperwork from our venue, flowers, my makeup person, I have my thank you cards that are left over. I have, it's just a great way to keep things together, but keep it in kind of like a cute way where it's easy to store. I love keeping cards, but sometimes they kind of just get lost on a shelf somewhere. So I love the idea of having everything in a little box like this, and I just thought it was a really cute idea. So my last piece of advice or tip for you guys is probably the most important. Do what makes you happy. And as simple as that sounds, it is kind of surprising. How can I even say it? You will be surprised, unfortunately, with the amount of drama, negativity, things kind of come out during what are supposed to be happy times like this. So things were happening with Matt and I, not Matt and myself, we were fine, but just issues, I guess, with family, friends, people not being happy with certain choices we made. It was very stressful, upsetting. I reached out to my girlfriend who actually got married just in July. She's my first friend to get married, and I was kind of venting to her a little bit about it. And she was telling me almost the exact same thing she was going through with her family. And her sister went through a very similar experience with her husband's family. Just do what makes you happy. You will never be able to please everyone. It is impossible. It really is. Things like this are supposed to be a time of nothing but happiness and celebration. But sometimes there will be conflict. Obviously, I'm not going to get into my personal details, but what I learned, some things I wish I didn't let get to me. Our engagement was not exactly a happy time when it should have been the most, exciting time of our life. The first, month or two of it was actually quite the opposite, which I hope happens to no one else. It is obviously not the best feeling. So just try to focus on yourself. This is the one time in your life where you and your partner can be selfish. This is all for you. This is your day. Of course, consider your guests. Of course, you have to consider other people, but ultimately, these are your decisions. You are doing this for you too. This is what you want. Make sure it's what you want, because the last thing you want to be doing a year or two after is having regrets. You do not want to have regrets about things. It's just not how it should be. So I know it's probably a hard and like maybe a weird piece of advice, but that is one of the hugest things I took away from my entire experience, was just taking a second to breathe, let everything go. People will get over things. People will realize, you cannot please everyone. You will never be able to. Enjoy the process. Have fun. Be excited. And yeah, that is probably one of the most important pieces of advice I can give you guys. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope some of my tips help you. Maybe some of them you already knew, maybe some you did not. If you have any additional tips, I would love to hear them. Please write in the comments down below. If you like this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in my next one.